quacking noises for no good reason from me.
Quack, quack. Quack noise. Welcome. We are back. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We have this next episode ready to roll. It's been ready to roll for a couple weeks. Scooter got the sniffles, so I whined about it and didn't make it last week. But we're gonna get this rolling with this brainchild. I think we're in Arc 3 right now. And I'm going to give this over to Michael, and he's going to introduce The Great Hunger.
Okay. Welcome to Golden State Monsters, the epic Western saga of frontier madness and mayhem in the bloody heart of the California Gold Rush. This is episode 2 of our third arc. Episode is entitled, like Scooter said, The Great Hunger. We will get to it in a moment. Let's go ahead and meet our players and heroes as we enter the far-off land of Sacramento, a wonderful, magical place in the 1850s where we're visiting it. It's full of dirt, rain, mud, puke, piss, just all kinds of disgusting stuff. We'll get into it in just a moment, but let's go ahead and meet our players. Please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and how they're feeling after getting involved in this soon-to-break-out squatters' war tearing apart Sacramento. Let's start with one of our Time to Tabletop mainstays. Very grateful that she's bringing some amazing unlife into this character, into this show. It is Kat.
Hello, I'm Kat. I am playing Madame Dimanche, the spooky class. Currently, she is feeling very little other than her desire to make a bear.
Amazing.
You have to have a project, you know?
We will check in on Zombie Bear, Undead Bear. That'll be the first thing we do. Also joining us, very happy to have him here, another Time to Tabletop mainstay who has brought a wonderful carnivorous character to life in this series. It is Nick.
Hello. Am I not? Okay, yes. I was just like, I had to double check that I was not muted. I'm Nick, and once again, I'm playing Levi Kasberg, the Monstrous. I think, honestly, player can barely even remember what happened last time. So,
I'll do a quick recap.
Yeah. So, I mean, there was fun with Faye. So, it'll be interesting.
So there was so you guys were invited into Sacramento by Potato Sack Jack, a local California legend, a mover and shaker. This weird guy who wears a potato sack. He explained that Sacramento is a powder keg. There's sort of two factions: the squatters, people who just kind of moved into open areas, led by an Irishman, a San Patricio by the name of Dooley. I'll explain in context what a San Patricio is if you're not aware. In the course of this game or the last game, I might have mentioned it. But he is opposed by the speculators, who are kind of the more wealthy businessmen who swindled their way into taking over a lot of the territory in Sacramento. Though they did it so they legally have it, but they did it in a pretty underhanded way. Led by Sam Brannon, a member of the Arcadian Club and an enemy of our friends of Madame Dimanche and Levi Kasberg. The speculators aren't all bad, though. They've got Lady Thalia Hammersmith, a young British noblewoman who's kind of seeking her fortune here, sort of thrown in her lot with them. And also the Fremonts, Jesse Fremont and John Fremont, who I think I accidentally renamed Charles last time, who is the great Pathfinder, a sort of vainglorious military man who is using kind of his wife's fortune to invest heavily in California. They are trying to keep California a free state, so that's good for them. But there's other bad stuff about them too. So maybe they're they're more on the bad side of the speculators, perhaps. Though Jesse Fremont seems okay so far. Anyway, these two sides are being stirred up and forced into combat by a fairy lord known as the Man of Sweet Speech. He is manipulating them. He's like kind of whispering into the ears of Brannon and Dooley, getting them to fight each other, seemingly for nothing more than his own, or not seemingly, definitely for nothing more than his own amusement. He just wants to make them fight because, like, it's appealing to him. And Madame Demanche, Levi Kessberg, and another character who is, make sure I get his name right. I got his important character. Wilbur, the mysterious curse eater who has wandered off and vanished somewhere in the swampy delta looking for something to satisfy his endless hunger. All of them were arrayed against the Man of Sweet Speech. And definitely, I think some enemies were made. So they're looking to stop him from setting this powder keg off. Right now, Wilbur has departed, leaving Madame Demanche and Kessberg. And I think before we get into it, about a day has passed since you battled some evil Fey spirits outside of a party, Sam Brannon's house. Now you guys are kind of on your own. You spent the night in Sacramento. You're invited to the squatters' camp for like a feast and an event soon to come the next day. But I think we got to check in on a project that Madame Demanche was working on first.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, I purchased the carcass of the bear. I wish to make it live again.
Okay. So I know we were doing some big magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it could be done, but it would take some time. So it's been about a day or so. Would you say you've been working on it?
I think that's what she's been obsessed with. Partially because maybe in the back of her head, she feels a little bit of the feeling known as guilt.
Interesting. All right. I think it will definitely work soon. Why don't we do a magic roll and see if it works either this episode or if it will work at the beginning of next episode?
Okay.
Because it's only been a day, so
yeah,
we'll see how well the magic does, and that'll decide if it works like today or tomorrow.
Alrighty. Let's see. I have got a 6 on one die, a 1 on the other die for 7, and then I get to add 3, which makes it a 10.
Whoa. All right. With that, it works today. So what happens? What does it look like when you bring this zombie grizzly bear back to life?
Sure. So she's put the bear in the middle of, like, first she drew the ritual circle to bring it back, which she did out of using fresh blood, probably just pig's blood in this case. A human blood would work better, but, harder to get.
Mm-hmm.
Put the bear into, had her assistants help put the bear into the center, because a bear is a very heavy animal. And then sort of drew extra runes onto the bear itself, blew some powder, and the bear sprang to life. Soulless, but alive.
Yeah. So what does it look like? Is it like raging? Is it very kind of placid?
I don't think it's raging. I think it just is staring emptily. Emptily? Is that the right way to say that word? It has blank, empty eyes, and it's staring out into the room.
Totally.
Lorna.
Yeah, it's like this giant kind of stuffed bear, almost like a humongous, the worst teddy bear of all.
Yeah, exactly. Like the world's worst teddy bear. It's not been long enough that it's going to start going white, like Roberto's got white streaks in his hair, like Madame Demanche's hair is completely white. It does take some time for the total loss of pigmentation to happen, but it'll get there. At which point it'll look like an albino grizzly, I guess.
Yeah.
But for now, it's standing there with cold, dead eyes, staring into the room. Oh, aren't you?
Oh, you think you got a hotel to do this? You can just go in the woods?
I think she did it. I mean, I guess she could have done this out in the woods, sure.
I think either way works. I think it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's more amusing to do it in a hotel room, though.
I think it's more her style to have done it in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And the runes are less likely to be disturbed, you know, in the circle if it's done in a hotel room.
All right, you have made this zombie bear. What now?
Lorna, you said that you would, so please do.
Oh, yeah. So she leaves the horse. A horse went into the hotel room, too.
Well, the horse didn't have to.
Oh, what?
The horse didn't have to. Like, she could have come out to the stable and told Lorna to get out of the horse.
Oh, I see. So Lorna's spirit will leave the horse, go into the hotel.
Yeah, and then into the bear.
Lorna's like, well, I've never been a bear before. First time for everything. And she goes into... more
interesting than being a horse.
She's like, nothing was more interesting than being a horse. But I'll give it a try. So her spirit goes into the bear and like takes it over. You see some more, a sort of a consciousness coming into the bear's like glassy eyes. And I'll say it was like, it was a she bear, a sow.
A mama grizzly.
Yeah. She starts like kind of pawing around, growling a little bit, huffing around. And she's like, whoa, I can get used to this.
I feel like I'd like my horse to just be my horse, but this should be a good vessel for you.
Understandable. Tell me, are you going to put a saddle on me and ride me around?
It was not my plan. Would you like me to ride you around?
Honestly, part of me wants to do it just to get the reaction out of people, but it might draw unwanted attention.
I was planning on leading you around by a lead, to be honest.
That would draw more. That would draw a lot of attention, but probably a little less. But okay, you could put the leash on.
My friend George used to do this. It was always fun at parties. He also used to drink out of a human skull. That was how George was.
Wow. All right, let's do it.
Okay. D'accord.
All right. You put a leash on her, and in fact, you take her to the party, which is at this time period, kind of in like midday lunchtime. So the party is a feast down at the docks for the squatters. You should have made an alliance with Dooley, the guy who's leading the squatters, and Kesberg. You and Madame Demanche both arrive as the feast is in full swing. They're like right there, and what is today lovely old Sacramento, that famed tourist place in the heart of Sacramento. Hey, we got a railroad museum. It's great. Right now, it's just a whole lot of muck. It's just overlooking like this dirty, disgusting river fouled with human excrement. The squatters have like a bunch of shacks and cabins set up there. They're cooking up, like they're roasting a bunch of hogs, like an ox or two. Passing around some jugs, got a few fiddles going. And it looks like they're gearing up for something. You guys see Dooley like kind of walking through the crowd, like clasping shoulders, shaking hands. It looks like they're like revving themselves up for something. So what do you guys do?
Question.
Madame Demanche will approach Dooley with her bear.
Okay. Kesberg, you going with her?
Yeah.
All right. You guys both head in.
And her cat.
Yeah. So you got
regular
kind of
posse going on here.
An entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, she's got the crew. Like that's a thing that I took. So.
Yep.
She does have her crew of servants. They just happen to be a zombie bear, and imp that looks like a cat.
Yeah. Or should I say dream blunt rotation?
I don't know what that means.
It was an internet meme a year ago where it's like, who would you like to have in a circle passing a blunt around?
Got it. Okay.
So I imagine this crew would be fun to
Yeah, throw Levi in there too, Like,
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Really give him nutties.
Wow. Oof. So.
but look, we're not making good decisions.
Yeah. As you guys head over, I mean, people see this bear, even in like California, where such you got Grizzly Adams as like playing Pokemon with real animals over in San Francisco. This definitely draws a lot of attention. People are like, holy cow, she's got a big old bear with her. Look at that. Julie also like
smile at your fans, Lorna.
Yeah, she goes and shows some huge grizzly fangs. Dooley spins around and sees like the bear and then you, Kesberg, and he's like, I don't know who I should ask for an introduction first. This fella or the bear?
Depends. Which one do you want to talk to first?
Well, I think you might be the better conversationalist, sir. Dooley is my name. At your service.
Kesberg. Levi Kesberg.
Yes. You're a friend of the madam here.
Associate.
Oh, we're not friends. My heart hurts.
I don't know if you would want to be a friend with me.
I don't know if you want to be a friend with me.
It's a risky business here. So
Dooley's like, aye, risky indeed. Madame Demanche, even though I met you just yesterday, you've helped me out of a tight spot back when we were watching the contest between the buffalo and the bear. He does kind of a double take and he's like, say, was this the bear that was fighting the buffalo the other day?
Perhaps.
Interesting.
I have my ways.
she does.
Well, perhaps you can help me. He kind of like walks you down a little bit to the edge of the water where there's sort of there's kind of like a sheer bank of like crumbling dirt leading into like the muddy river that's going by. And he says, I was walking here the other night and I saw a woman across the way, a laundry woman. And she was working my clothes through the water. And the blood was running from my shirt and my trousers. I don't know if you've heard of such myths or if you know what they mean. It was a fearful sight.
I've heard of a similar thing. Hey.
What would that be?
Well, now I'm going to have to look up how to say the name because my brain has just gone stupid.
Oh, man. Okay. It's all right. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing this. I mispronounced so many things in this show, so apologies.
La Llorona.
Oh. La Llorona, I think it is. I'm sure I'm also butchering that.
La Llorona.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like mention that to him?
French is my other language, not Spanish. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Understandable. And I'm trying to do Irish here as well. So also things that are in Irish will be said in their English translation as best I can.
La Llorona. I'm also saying that with a French accent rather than a Spanish accent because
that makes it even another layer of tough.
So
yeah.
He's like the weeping woman who drowns her children.
Oi.
I heard the tale in Mexico. Then you see I was a member of the San Patricio Brigade. I don't know if you heard the like. We were Irish soldiers, some Polish, some German, all Catholic. And when we were treated so horribly by our masters in the American army and saw what they were doing to the people of Mexico, and a war that was for no reason but conquest and greed, we switched sides and fought under the Mexican eagle and snake and the banner of St. Patrick. And we lost. And so many of my comrades either died in battle or swung from the noose for traitors. And even before then, what drove me into the ranks of the army was the great hunger back home in Ireland and the famine. The British driving us off our land and burning our homes, and every day shipping away food that should have gone to us and taking it for sale. It seems that's my fate, to be moving from one place of death to the next. But seeing the woman, I fear that perhaps my time has finally come.
Death falls is awesome, but to some it comes quicker.
Speak for yourself.
It's fair. Then again, I get the feeling you're already dead.
Peut-être.
Yeah, he's a little weirded out by that. It's like, is that so, Madame Demanche?
Well, it's not something I go around bragging about.
Well, I don't suppose you would.
But you made the observation about the bear.
Yes, it seems that I've been making deals and seeing signs and portents and of otherworldly things as of late. It's a strange place, this California.
The whole world is strange.
There's strangeness.
That's something
There's strangeness everywhere, but not everyone can see it.
Right. That's something I'm beginning to understand. Well, in a little bit, we're going to march down the streets of Sacramento and fly the flag, try and stand for our rights as free men. And if the speculators and their hirelings, including, I hear, the California militia that bastard Fremont has brought out, if they stop us, I fear there'll be a row. So I'd ask you to march with us and, if you can, prevent bloodshed, or at least protect some of my brothers who are just trying to stand up for their rights. Can I ask you to do that?
I will say that he met a creature recently that very much wants to have bloodshed. And I worry that this march is playing into what that creature wants.
Ooh, okay. He thinks about it for a little bit. He's like, who do you mean?
He calls himself the man of sweet speech. Doubtful it's his real name, but the Fae tend to use monikers.
Ooh, he does recognize that. He's like, I think perhaps the one you spoke of did talk to me. He didn't bring up the idea of this march. That's something that me and the boys here have been planning. But he did suggest certain other things. He gave me the courage to stand up for my rights. Didn't need to do much persuading, though, I'll say.
Perhaps not, but you should know he's stirring the other side to violence as well.
Dooley looks kind of like grim and then almost like fatalistic, and he's like, well, it always seems to be that way, doesn't it? It's never a fight I look for, but it's always a fight that finds me. He thinks, or he's like, what do you propose I should do then?
This I'm not certain of. I'm not usually one to argue against marching for one's rights. I was very much on the side of doing such things back in the day.
She's like, and now?
Now I see the results of the marching. I saw the children of the revolution fall upon each other, and my country had an emperor within years.
He thinks about it, and he's like, well, perhaps I do see your point, but I've labored under tyranny for a good portion of my life, and I've seen the suffering that it inflicts, whether it's under a Union Jack or the Stars and Stripes. And I'm tired of it.
Nothing wrong with standing up for yourself, but I think maybe in this situation, try and do it without causing a ruckus. And if the other side tries to, you got to stand back.
Okay. So I think at this point, the squatters are like getting ready to march. You see they're like, dragging out a few ragged American flags, like forming ranks. They're all armed. Like, I mean, everybody's in California is armed at this time period, but these guys look like they could definitely throw down a lot of rifles, single shot pistols, revolvers, shotguns, that kind of thing. And yeah, they're starting to like cheer. They want Dooley to lead them. So it's either going to take manipulate someone to get him to hang back, or he's going to go and start with him, because these are his people, and they're going to start their march across the city. Is that something you guys want to try, or do you want to kind of go with the marchers and see what happens?
I mean, we could try and see if we can have them march without as many weapons.
Okay. So kind of try and I mean, make it a peaceful demonstration. How do you think you would do that?
That's a good question.
You give us enough time to talk to the other side.
He thinks about it, and he's like, it's a possibility, but my boys are impatient. So I think this will require a charm someone.
Okay.
Not charm. What am I saying? Manipulate someone.
Manipulate someone.
Using.
Yeah,
Well,
we gotta use
it uses charm, so
It uses charm. Yes.
I've got a 5 and a 6 on the die. I get to add 2 to that, so 13.
Incredible. Great, amazing roll. Yeah, he's like, I'll do what I can to. Yeah, an hour, that should do it. That's about all I can manage.
Understand. And they're only going to get more worked up during that hour, so it's best that I get moving.
Fair enough. I think you'll find them, the militia, they've all sort of gathered around Brannon's mansion across town. And that's, of course, where that bastard Brannon is.
And this is where you plan to march?
Well, we'll go past them as we go down the city, yes.
Well, to their mansion then. Brandon is hardly a friend of mine, but perhaps I can talk sense into the others.
All right, so you guys head on down. You cross through Sacramento, and you arrive at the mansion of Brandon. It's kind of like right on the edge of sort of like the swampy delta. There's like some forest. There's some like sort of boardwalks going down to the trees. You guys were here yesterday when you went to his swanky party. It's looking a little less fun right now. You see some of the other like speculator types are inside the mansion, kind of taking shelter. And there's a bunch of like California militia guys posted out front. They have like a few cannons, a lot of soldiers, in like the blue. I was like Union, but like that wasn't a thing. That's a little while off. But the blue coats of American soldiers. And you see Brandon out front talking with like this elaborately sideburns and bearded guy who you recognize as John C. Fremont, the great Pathfinder, and his wife Jessie Fremont, who's got these like fashionable ringlets, big hoop skirt dress. They're all out there like kind of chatting it up together on the front lawn. What do you guys do?
Madame Fremont, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to finish our conversation last night. I've come here to have one now.
She's like, oh, well, if the Lady Hammersmith speaks well for you, then that speaks very well for your character then. My husband and I were just discussing matters of the town with the good Mr. Brandon here. And you see Brandon is like glaring at you guys, particularly at you, Kesper. He's like, I don't think he actually saw you. Maybe he got a hint of you last time we were there at the party, but he's like, you there, sir.
Yes,
Caused
sir.
me no end of headaches. How dare you show your face at my house? What are you doing here?
Now me, I'm just being peaceful like. I don't know why you are yelling and being all angry.
Well, perhaps because we last met, an object of great value that was mine by right was taken from me by you, and you, madam, were also involved in the theft.
It was an object that didn't really belong to you. It was returned to its rightful owners.
He's like, it was a matter of opinion. What is important is that you caused mayhem and problems in this town, my town. So I ask again, what are you doing here?
Cleaning up mayhem that may be caused by associates of yours.
Personally, I expected such a reaction from you, to be honest, monsieur. That is why I addressed your guests.
Ooh, okay. He's looking pretty like put off by that. He's like, well, you are at my house on my lawn. As he's saying this, General Fremont is like, Mr. Brannon, please calm yourself. If my darling Jessie holds these people in high regard, then perhaps I do as well. He does like a big fancy bow. He's like,
curtsy in return.
It is up. Ooh, he's like, it is I, John C. Fremont. You've no doubt heard of me, the great Pathfinder, they call me. Renowned explorer, soldier, statesman, businessman, and now leader of the California militia here in this little town of Sacramento.
Well, your reputation, of course, precedes you. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. You seem to be a man of honor and of reason.
He says, yes, I think honor and reason are attributes of my character that I rate quite highly.
There are some people that are going to be marching by here very shortly. They're very nervous that your men will open fire upon them. They plan to be peaceful. I'm hoping that you will do the same.
Ooh. Brandon is like, you're saying that a bunch of reprobates, common criminals, the scum of the goldfields intend to peacefully march through the city? I find that doubtful, madam, in the extreme. Fremont is like, Brandon, your nature is, as always, extreme. Madam, do go on.
There are people that have very, very little. All they want is a voice to be heard. Certainly, such a thing can be allowed, provided that they stay peaceful. If they begin attacking your men, obviously I would expect you to defend yourselves.
Okay. I think you're going to have to do another manipulate someone.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay, that was less good. That is a 3 and a 1 for a 4, and added an additional 2 to get a 6.
Oh, no.
I'm okay with the drama playing out, though, to be honest with you, because the chances of this working were slim. Especially with Brennan being there, being super angry.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. You can go ahead and mark experience.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, I do not wish for bloodshed, and I understand your concerns. I guarantee my men shall hold their position. However, I should let you know that in my various expeditions, both against the tribes that call this place home and the Mexican government that once ruled this land, I achieved renown by acting in a forthright manner and preemptively attacking and destroying the enemy. So if trouble occurs, my men and I shall be ready. And Jesse Fremont is like, honey, please, we don't, this is the sort of press, like you firing on people marching. You've done it to Native American tribes. You've done it to the Mexican. You sort of jumped the gun when you declared yourself invading Mexico before the war technically started, and that caused you all these problems. So please, let's just try and be let's follow this woman's advice, be a little bit patient. And she's trying to calm him a little bit, but it looks like he's still kind of in the aggro mode that he usually is.
Yeah.
Listen to your better half. She's a wise one.
Whoa. Fremont kind of like turns over at you and he's like, I agree that my wife is a lovely creature. However, who are you, sir, to lecture me on marital matters? You seem to be a ragged mountain bachelor of some kind.
I am a man of the world, but I could see one who knows themselves and their partners, as well as the world itself. I can recognize those things and recognize wisdom when I see it.
Jesse Fremont is like, thank you, Mr. Kessberg. And John, for all of your virtues, perhaps worldly wisdom is not one that you possess. Come here. Let's leave your men to drill and let's go inside and we can wax your mustache and your beard a little bit if you'd like. And she starts like leading him away. Brandon kind of like glares at you guys. It looks like he kind of wants to like call you out, but then you do see that Lady Wilhelmina, or lady, what am I saying? Lady Thalia Hammersmith is like kind of looking down through one of the windows, and he sort of catches himself. And then he glares in the distance, and he's like, "Oh, look, there they are, the army of the damned marching past." And you do see like the squatters heading out in a column, kind of like going past his house. They're sort of like waving flags. They got like some placards, and they're shouting out like some slogans about how they want like justice in California, safe place for rich and poor. They seem a little bit less armed, but they're still definitely packing a lot of heat. And Dooley is with them.
How far away was I keep wanting to say Brannon, or is it Brennan?
It's Brannon. Yeah, Sam Brannon.
It's Brannon. How far away is Sam Brannon from us when he says about the army of the damned?
I mean, I think you were all kind of on the front lawn.
Okay, so he's still up at the front lawn with us.
Yeah, everybody's kind of together, including your bear, which I think they probably should have commented on.
Yeah. She's going to say this in a very hushed tone. Monsieur Brannon, you say the army of the damned as though you have seen them before. I assure you that I have. They are not something you wish to encounter, but if you wish to push the issue with me, you will encounter them soon enough.
Ooh, should this be? Are you just kind of trying to like freak him out?
Yeah, and to let him know, like, look, you're right. I can cause problems for you. Don't push me.
I like that. Okay.
Which is probably
I'm going to roll for this. I think. What's that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's aware because of like kind of the run-ins he's had before. And he kind of like looks at you two, and he's like, you two are becoming a problem. I shall discuss it with the Arcadian Club at our next meeting. And he starts heading into the house.
A group of occultists that doesn't allow women are not worth anything.
All right. So you guys see this crowd marching past. There were like a good number of speculators and spectators coming out of their houses to watch. Some folks are like kind of cheering them on. Others are kind of like, shaking their fists at these squatters as they're going past. So far, it seems like reasonably peaceful. What are you guys doing?
I'm just going to hold position personally, like right here on the front lawn, to make sure if bad things are going to happen, this is where it's going to happen,
Ooh, okay. Kesper, what about you?
I'm going to sort of like move so that I'm like closer to sort of like not quite like the midpoint between the two, but like on the edge of the lawn itself. So if need be, I can sort of like jump in between.
Ooh, okay. So I think while you're doing this, Kesper, you're kind of like on the edge. You see someone kind of like coming out of the fancy houses. Like they're all, there's a sort of fancy row of like fancy mansions that are all kind of fancy for Sacramento, that are all together like facing the thoroughfare, where the squatters are marching by. You see like just next to you, he seemingly appears kind of out of the crowd. The very fancily dressed gentleman who trapped you on that gambling table, that Pharaoh table last time. The man the man of sweet speech himself. This guy with like fancy suit, checkered waistcoat, bowler hat with a little feather on it, big cane, like unnaturally like almost Ken doll handsome, appears next to you, and is like sort of watching things, and he's like, "Mr. Kesberg, we meet again, sir."
So it seems.
Are you enjoying the parade?
Oh, quite. Seems to be going well.
He's like, that it is, that it is. But I think I'm going to make it a bit more entertaining. And you, sir, are going to be the cause of the merriment. And behind you, a hand settles on your shoulder. It's this like emaciated, starving person's hand coming out of a this cloaked, hooded figure, and it hits you with this like terrible and profound hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Which for you, I mean, maybe you get the idea, like for a normal human, this would be like for, normal food, but for you, it's for like flesh.
Mm-hmm.
So you're overcome by this hunger related to your nature.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to do an act under pressure to keep you cool. You're gonna have to start. You're gonna like start losing it a little bit.
Yep. Mm. Ooh, just
That
barely.
look. Oh, okay. It's a good look. I was like, something bad, but maybe not.
It's a 5 on the dice with 2 cool. So 7.
Oh, 7. Okay. So, with that one, a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. So I'm going to give you a hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
Either you will be. So I think you'll overcome the hunger, but either you're going to be like so hurt by this, and the hunger will like physically hurt you, like emaciate you. So you'll either take some harm, or if you like put your willpower into resisting it, well, if you put your willpower into resisting it, you're going to take some harm.
Mm-hmm.
And then what am I saying? I gotta think of that right. Okay, so either you take harm, or if you do, if you do, you'll notice another part of the Man of Sweet Speech's plan. So you take the harm and notice something, or you don't take the harm and you don't notice the next part of his plan.
Okay. I think since he's sort of like in the mindset of keeping things civil between the two groups, he will take the harm.
Okay. This is like hunger harm. It's going to ignore armor. You're going to take 3 levels of harm.
Okay.
As it like really hurts you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you recoil from this figure. What you see is like an emaciated corpse, like, and it's sort of like almost a monk's hood. That's like sort of hiding its shrunken, grotesque features. But you're able to pull away, even though it does hurt you badly. You look across the street, and you see apparently Sam Brannon coming out of the alley with like a pistol, and he's about to like start shooting into the crowd.
Where am I in all this, by the way?
Well, I think you said you wanted to be like close to the mansion, or do you want to be more in the crowd?
No, I mean, I was like near the mansion. I just don't know how Brandon managed to sneak past me.
Ooh, okay, that is a good point. Kesper, you let her know about this that Brandon has appeared on the other side of the street.
I will certainly try.
Or that you're being attacked by like a starvation monster.
I think I'm actually gonna. This will probably be very noticeable by at least the madam. I'm basically just going to sprint across and try and grab his gun and pull it up into the air.
Ooh, okay. So you charge across. You see the man of sweet speech as like, "Oh, Mr. Kesberg, you're a tougher player than I thought." As you leap through the crowd, you try and grab the gun. Let's make this.
May I attempt to help in a way?
Yeah, I love this. I'm trying to think what move this would be. Could it be?
Well, I'm gonna jinx him.
Ooh, okay. I like. Let's do the jinx move, and then we'll decide what to roll.
Sure.
Okay.
For
Well, the jinx move is specifically weird, but you're talking about for Kesberg, I take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's not, would it be kick some ass? All right, let's do the jinx move first. So go ahead and roll
Sure.
that.
So what she's trying to do is cause the guy's gun to jam.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So let's roll with weird. All right, so I've got a 4 on the dice again, but this time I get to add 3, which makes it a 7. And in the case of jinxing, it means I get to hold one thing, which is going to be interfere with what a monster minion or bystander is trying to do. Ergo, the gun jamming. So at least Levi won't get shot while he's doing this move.
Ooh, that is awesome. And I think, guns back then, it was like every other shot they were jamming. So it totally, it's not tricky jinx. He swings up this the Colt Navy fires,
She just does it by a simple,
sparks.
like that, just like the evil eye on him.
Nice. You put the evil eye on him. Sam Brandon seems somehow like emotionless about it. He's kind of like pulling the trigger and nothing's happening. Kesberg, you rush him. You grab. You're grabbing the gun. Let's roll for it.
Yeah. I could see this as probably more of a protect someone. It's not as good of a role for me, but I think it's more thematic of what I would try and do. 'Cause I'm not trying to
I think protect someone makes sense. Yeah.
So. Nope. 3.
Oof. Okay, well, mark experience for sure.
Yep.
All right. I think you slam him down. You wrench the gun away. It skitters into the street. A lot of the squatters see it happen, and they start freaking out. They start aiming their guns at the militia. A few gunshots start going off. The militia, they're starting to move into readiness, so it looks like it could turn to a full-on battle. A lot of the spectators are running away, dashing for cover. Kesberg, you do something weird as you tear the gun out of this Brandon's hand. His arm comes off, and you see a bunch of what looks like dead leaves pour out of the wound.
That explains a couple things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so Madame Dimanche, while you're watching this battle starting to break out, the squatter riot, Sacramento history, some gunshots are whizzing back and forth. The man of sweet speech and this hooded figure comes over to you, and he's it looks like the game's taking a bit of a turn.
I feel like you're trying to get an emotional reaction out of me. The reality is, I don't care if all these people die. But
he's like, oh, no, I didn't think you did. But I do think, Madame Dimanche, that you hate to lose, since you've done it so much in your past.
You speak of the revolution or my years as a slave? Which of the two?
Well, can't it be a little bit of both?
Perhaps. What are you attempting to do, sir? Make a move.
All right. He steps aside and he's like, oh yeah, go ahead. Please finish.
Rile me to anger, perhaps.
Okay. So he steps aside, and this creature he summoned, this kind of starvation spirit, starts advancing on you.
Yeah, she's gonna hold that thing still.
Ooh, okay.
She's gonna attempt to use magic to get that thing to stop in its tracks.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Because this is the very specific use magic thing, which I've used like a million times.
Yeah.
Trap a specific person, monster.
Okay.
All right, I've got a 4 and a 3, which is a 6, and then I get to add another, or a 4 and a 2, which is a 6. Then I get to add a 3 to that, which makes it 9. So it's a partial thing, which means there is some variety of glitch to it. So
Okay.
it works, but there's a glitch.
Ooh, all right. I see some cool ideas here. Ooh, I think I'm going to say the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which is that you do manage to like stop this thing in its tracks. But the man of sweet speech, he starts like he kind of uses the this chance to start like moving away. As he's dashing through, he's like you see him like whispering into the ears of some of the militia, like pointing to you and being like, that woman's a danger. You got to stop her now, gentlemen. Put something through her, and the biggest gun you got, and don't miss. And you see them like swinging up the cannon to face you, and they're like touching off the fuse to try and hit you with the cannon.
Okay.
All right, Kesberg. There's gunfire going back and forth. Some of the militia guys have taken cover. The squatters are shooting back. There are a few like corpses have appeared on the streets of the city. So it looks bad, but it could certainly get worse. What do you do?
That's a good question.
You do see the cannon aimed at Madame Demanche, and this like hunger spirit is Madame Demanche was able to like trap it, like freeze it on the sidewalk. So, but it's still there.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if there's anything that I can do. I'm gonna basically sort of get in the middle and try and just scream out, "Hold your fire. This is what they want."
Ooh, okay. I love this. This is definitely going to be
It's gonna go so well.
manipulate someone.
It's gonna go so well. Okay. Double sixes, but with a -1 charm, so 11.
Still.
Oh man. I mean, 11 is that's still a super success. That still works.
Yeah.
What a roll. 2 6s. Oh man. Just when you needed it, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so what does this look like, and what exactly do you shout at as you like dash into the middle of this raging gunfight?
Now words are escaping me. They're just sort of like, "Hold your fire! This is exactly what..." Wow, words have failed me.
You mean Brandon?
Yeah, this is exactly what Brandon wants. This is what all of these people want. You just want peace.
Okay. Whoa. So after you shout this, you see Dooley picks up that message, and he's like, he's right, lads. There's a better way to fight than this. We're doing nothing but shedding our own blood here. He actually, he is armed. He's got like a rifle as well. He like throws it down, and he approaches the militia with his hands raised, and he is like, "You can take me in, let the rest go." And the squatters, they stop shooting, and they start moving away from him. Or they start they're shouting out, they're calling to him, but like they've also stopped shooting. So it looks like the actual battle, which did some carnage on both sides, but the squatters' riot is over. Dooley is going over to surrender. The militia's like rushing over to him.
Yeah, I think once
I'll
that
say
happens,
kind of like.
once that happens, I'll sort of.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just gonna say I would address the rest of the people and just say get the wounded to safety.
Yeah. Okay. So in like the split seconds this is going on, Madame Demange, on kind of the other side of the lawn, how do you handle the cannon situation, and also the hunger spirit?
Who's pointing the cannon at me then?
It's a bunch of these like scared militia soldiers who are being manipulated by the man of sweet speech.
She just looks straight at the cannon, like opens up her arms wide and is like, please do it. And she's doing a jinx at the same time to make the powder inside of the cannon wet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So let's see if the jinx works. Oof. That's rough, but it's still a success. I got a 3 and a 1 on the die. I get to add another 3.
Oh,
that's
man.
a 7. So I do interfere with what they're trying to do, which is shoot the cannon.
Whoa. These are like some narrow victories. Like,
yeah, these are some very narrow victories.
Skin of your teeth kind of thing, but it works. They like light the fuse. It just like fizzes, some sparks shoot out, and the cannon does not fire. And after after that happens, you see like Dooley surrendering, and they kind of like look really sheepish. Their captain is like it is a damn good thing you did not fire and blow up that one with a cannonball. It is a good thing that misfired. And these artillery guys are like, we didn't know what we were thinking, sir.
It does tend to be rather a bad look shooting a unarmed woman with a cannonball. But who am I to argue?
That really well-dressed guy said we should. He was super persuasive. That bear was really scary too. I'm sorry.
I was surprised you did not end the cannon at the bear, oui.
Well, he said you were the bigger threat.
This would be a good reason to not believe him, huh?
Like I said, he was really persuasive.
My dice are trying to get me tonight. My weird is just high enough that they're not being able to do it.
Yeah. All right. So, the only other thing is like this hunger spirit. It was sort of trapped by you. It looks like you kind of got it off the side, stuff like the alley between these houses. Madame Demange, you can see it's like kind of like clawing, trying to get free, and it actually manages to like pull around and look at Dooley with its like emaciated face. And Dooley, who was getting like manacles put on, just sort of like stares at it in again this almost like kind of fatalistic horror. And he's like, you Kesper, you're close enough that he's like, I've ran a long time, and I'm not surprised it's come after me here.
This wasn't for you, as I sort of step in between the two.
Oh, okay. Are you approaching this thing? Dooley actually. Oh, I should say. I should Dooley. She should be like, it's called. He like kind of calls to you as these soldiers are trying to like shove him away. He's like, it's called Fier Gorta. It's a spirit of the famine.
Makes sense. I know a thing or two about hunger. And
ooh, all right.
Yeah, I'm basically just putting a wall between the two of
Ooh,
myself.
Okay. All right, so you're kind of standing there. I think it's still frozen, or it's still like trapped in this area, but it looks like it's trying to get out. Madame Demanche, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's going to sort of. You said Dooley's currently being escorted by people, correct? Like.
Yeah, the militia have like handcuffed him and are kind of like dragging him away.
Okay. She's gonna approach him, and if she can, whisper in his ear, but I don't know if she can.
Ooh. Okay, I think so. I think there's enough like kind of chaos going around with like people tending to the wounded and like the fight fizzling out that you can like, and you know the can nearly going off, and this bear just hanging out there that you can go over and like whisper something to him.
If they kill you, I can bring you back. Is that something that you want?
Whoa. He considers it, and then he's like, you know, I think I've dodged death so many times in my life. If it happens, I'm ready for it. I only ask that you do right by the people who put their faith in me.
I'll try my best.
All right, thank you. And they like drag him away. They have like kind of a little stockade built further back, and they're putting him inside. All right, Kesberg. The Fiar Gortset, which I'm sure, like you know, it's Irish. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. The hunger spirit is like, it's still kind of like stuck. It's like sort of gone low on the ground, and this like a shrouded corpse, is emaciated body, is like crawling in the earth, trying to kind of like burrow away, but also kind of to burrow towards you. Like it seems like your hunger really interested it, so it wants to get closer and mess with you some more. Oh, Levi, you're muted.
Yeah.
It happens.
While it's still sort of like kept at bay, I would like to try and heal some of this harm that I've gotten myself into.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, partially as sort of like a defiant kind of a thing.
Yeah, I like that. Makes sense.
So, that's kind of cocked. Same number. And what is it again? Roll plus cool. 5. Okay, barely. So 7, which means that I believe 7 or 9. I heal 1. So
okay, sounds good.
Still, I still
glare. Oh yeah. Describe this.
I still look like a little bit more gaunt than I usually am, but like you can see a little bit of color shift as I'm sort of like just staring it down and sort of like get into a stance like ready to like grab it.
Ooh, nice. Okay. It just like glares back at you, makes a weird hushed whispering noise. Still not able to like break free, but looks like it's really trying to. Madame Demanche, so you're back on the lawn. The bear's hanging out, and Julia's been put in the stockade. But you do see Kesper kind of facing off with this starvation creature to the side. What do you do? And you don't know where the man of sweet speech went.
I kind of feared I might not know where he went. That's okay. She'll try to catch up with him later. For right now, she is going to head towards the spirit of hunger and try to figure out what is this thing, and can it be hurt?
Ooh,
Just to say, I'm going to attempt to investigate a mystery using the spirits.
Yeah, very good.
using my ability to communicate with spirits, which this thing I believe is a spirit. Also.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, so if you'll allow it, I'll do an investigative mystery.
All right.
Okay, well, I finally got a good roll. It's a 6 and a 3 on the dice, and I get to add 1 to that for sharp, so that is a 10. So I'm going to ask 2 questions. First of all, what can hurt this thing?
Ooh.
And what can it do? As in, okay, this is a spirit of hunger. What can it do to me? Because I don't have such things.
Yeah. To you, it really can't do too much because you're already dead. So it could like wither your flesh and make you like more frail and weaker. So it might hurt you a bit, but probably not as much as someone who's alive. But it could definitely like hurt people who are alive by like starving them. And then how to get rid of it? You see, this is like a creature of hunger brought out by like injustice, and like wrongdoing, and pain that the man of sweet speech is like able to sort of conjure up and drop down. It was kind of like as a way to get to Dooley, really. But you could like use magic to banish it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's really like it's a summoned creature. So using magic would be a way to send it back to to the world of spirits where it belongs.
Monsieur Kasperg, do you mind if I banish this creature, or do you wish to examine it longer?
I'm just here to get in between things. You do what you do best.
All right. As it's still being held, she draws a circle around it using salt and will attempt to banish it.
All right. It's like kind of rasping and like reaching for you, but isn't able to get out. All right, let's go ahead and do this magic here.
Okay. Well, I really threw those dice. It's 2 5s on the dice, and then I get to add 3, so 13.
Unbelievable. Now, that's the biggest roll we've had, I think, the whole game, maybe. A 13. Yeah, this thing is just gone, like out like a candle. With that, I feel like I should give some kind of like benefit.
Don't need to. I mean, I haven't taken the advanced move yet, you know.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, but yeah, this thing's gone.
Because that is what the advanced move is. The keeper offers you an additional benefit. So
yeah.
Okay, so we'll save them to get the advanced move. But yeah, it is banished. All right, so a little bit of calm returns to the Sacramento street. By now, it seems that the wounded have been cleared away. Getting some help. There's still some like there's still some puddles of blood out there and like sinking into the mud of the street. A nasty cold December rain starting to fall and like sort of wash them away. But things look a little bit more calm now. Then you guys see like coming out. So as you guys are like coming back around to the front of the house, you see the militia are like standing in readiness. They've like the rather unfortunate artillery crew have like fixed up the cannon a bit, and you see General Fremont is like looking them over, and then he spots you guys and heads right over to you, and he's looking pretty aggressive. He has a bunch of the militia like coming with him with like bayonets at the ready, and he is like, what effrontery do you have to show yourselves here after the villainy that you have pulled off, the kidnapping of my dear, well, maybe not friend, but my associate, Mr. Brandon? How dare you?
I assure you that I have no interest in taking hold of that man for any particular reason. Why would you think so?
He says, 2 individuals who matched your rather unique description grabbed him out of the back of the mansion and raced away into the swampy river. And now you've returned to the scene of the crime, which does actually strike me as rather odd. But villains are often foolhardy.
I assure you that I've never run through a swamp in my life. nor do I plan on doing such a thing as of now. And also, if I was to try to grab him, I assure you that I would have my manservant Roberto do it. I'm not sully my own hands with such a thing.
Ooh,
Also, there's
okay.
many a witness that puts us both here rather than behind the house. How can
Ooh, you
how
see
can
the
we be at two places at once?
Yeah, the artillery crew. One of them's like, "Yeah, I'll vouch for that, General. We were about to shoot her with the cannonball, so they've been here the whole time." Fremont looks like really confused. I think someone's gonna have to roll. It's not. I mean, thanks to Kesper's point, it's not gonna be that hard, but someone's gonna have to roll a charm person.
Yeah. Also, is the doll still on the ground, like over in the alley?
Oh yeah. I think so. It wasn't a doll. It was like
Well, like a facsimile, kind of like a effigy
facsimile.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it was a fetch.
Yeah.
Is I think that is the exact term, which I'm sure I'm misusing. I do apologize to Celtic mythology experts there, but yeah, it's like something that's kind of wearing. It looks like some of Brandon's clothes, but it has just decayed into a bunch of like dead leaves. So yeah, the dead leaves and the clothes are still there.
Okay. So can't really use that as evidence because it just looks like a pile of leaves with someone's clothes.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, when do you guys have to roll a manipulate someone?
Sure. I will say before I do the manipulation, it would seem to me that Monsieur Brennan has been taken by the Fae, and perhaps you don't believe in such things as that. I assure you they're very much real. And he's in a great deal of danger, more likely than not.
Ooh. Okay. He's taken aback by that. So yeah, go ahead and roll. Let's see what he thinks.
Worked so well last time.
Yeah. Could I say that the words that I said are like part of like me helping, and I can roll to help?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're pointing out that like, hey, we couldn't have been two places at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's have Levi roll first to help out.
Yep. I mean, your cool is good, so.
Again, just barely at a 7.
Ooh. Okay.
So
you get a +1 from Madame Dimanche.
Yeah, but I do expose myself to trouble or danger.
True.
All right, so I've got a 5 and a 1 on the die for a 6. I get to add 2 to that, so that's an 8, and then the additional 1 makes it a 9. So didn't quite get all the way to total success, but we do get the 7 to 9, which is they'll do it, but only if I do something for them. Right now, to show that I mean it, yeah. If I ask too much, they'll tell me what, if anything, it would take to get them to do it, which is, I guess, not arrest us.
Yeah. Okay. He's like, he's looking like still a little confused, and then Jesse Fremont like comes down, like talks to him, and she's like, "These are clearly talented people, and you, my husband, are once again, you, my darling husband, are once again out of your league. Why don't you use them to rescue Brandon, and then we can at least restore some order to the city before you start tearing it apart, as you've done with so many other things." Fremont is like, "Well, my lovely and charming wife speaks some sense. If you can bring back Brandon, I will release you from the arrest I'm not putting you under. Look, just bring Brandon back to me, please. I think he's somewhere in the swamp. I'm not sure."
That is what we do best.
If you'll give me a moment, I could see. And she is going to attempt to attune herself to a monster or minion, so she's attempting to attune herself to the man of sweet speech because she's pretty sure that that's where Brennan is now.
Oh, nice.
Or
okay.
alternately, the creature that took him away. You know what I mean? Because that would be a minion. And it might be making its way through the swamp right now.
All right, yeah, go ahead and do. I think it would be for the man of sweet speech. I think he kind of like he was able to like sort of lure or use his magic to get Brandon away.
All right, so I'm trying to tune in. Let's see. So I've got a 4 and a 2. for a 6, and then I get to add 3, so that's another 9. In this case, it means I get to hold 1. So I'm basically going with, where is this creature right now? I mean, I understand the swamp, but like, where in the swamp?
Yeah. So you see that, like, kind of out in the wetlands, kind of it goes more into the river of, like, the delta. There is a boat there, and you see the man of sweet speech. Though actually, as you're kind of inhabiting it, you realize it might like not be the man of sweet speech. It might be another fetch that like looks like him.
Fair.
And he's just like he's in like this old kind of like riverboat. And he's got Brandon like on the roof, like tied to a chair. And it's just he's sort of like got like a cigar in like Brandon's mouth to like make him smoke it, as he's kind of like mocking him with his conversation.
He's on a boat right now, out in the Delta.
Oh, Fremont's like, well, that seems like pure speculation. There's a gift.
I'm sorry if I didn't put on enough of a show with my divination. Usually people are quite put off by it.
Well, for all I know, you're just guessing.
I assure you, sir, she doesn't guess.
He's like, I shall not waste a single drummer boy on this hunch. If you wish, you can take a skiff from the back of the house and locate Mr. Brandon himself.
You are too kind, sir.
It's acceptable.
Indeed, I am.
How big is a skiff?
It's like a pretty small boat. It could probably carry like you and Kesberg, and it could put maybe a bunch of your minions in it, I think. So I think it's
Would the bear fit in it?
Well, actually, I'll say there's a few boats. I don't know how good you guys are at watercraft, so if you pick the larger one, you're gonna have to get someone to like row and manage it.
Can I have Roberto roll?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Maybe in life, Roberto was like a real boat guy.
I mean, he was the child of idle rich people. A lot of them go sailing.
That's a good point. So let's say this, so the skiff, it's like a decently sized kind of riverboat type thing. So we can have all your minions. Let's see how well Roberto does. There's like, a little sail. It's kind of like a little sailboat thing. Yeah. There's some oars too.
It'd be honestly hilarious if the bear rowed.
That would be cool. That would be very cool. Let's see how Roberto does with this. So why don't you do, I think, act under pressure.
Well, that's a terrible roll for me.
Okay. What is there another? I'm open to other options.
I got an 8. I got an 8.
Okay. Okay, so I think maybe Roberto was like, he was probably a decent sailor back in the day. Maybe he's atrophied a little bit, but I think he takes an oar. The bear takes an oar. Minhui like manages the sail by like climbing around in the rigging. And together, all of them manage to make the skiff like sail off down the river. It's not going particularly fast or doing any like fancy sailing exercises, but they're going at a good clip, and you're speeding along towards where you got where your vision pointed out. So yeah, you're heading down the river towards this boat. Is there anything you guys want to do as you like approach it?
Try and do some more healing.
Okay, try and heal some more.
I can also heal you a little bit if we're healing, or you want to see if you heal yourself up.
Sure. If I make it worse, we'll see. Okay. They're 6 and 4 on the dice, so easily. I heal 2, I believe, on a 10+. Yeah. So I'm good.
Okay.
Whoa! All right, you heal yourself up. Madame Demanche, are you doing anything as you like kind of see this riverboat appearing into view?
Yeah, she is going to summon a swamp monster. Or do her best to summon one.
extremely cool.
Yeah. Like, I'm almost seeing like the creature of the Black Lagoon. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Oh, I was kind of
the
thinking Swamp
Man.
Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Gillman is very cool.
Yeah, Swamp Thing's good too. Maybe a combination of the two.
All right, I'll let you describe it after you summon it.
All right.
I like Gillman. I like Swamp Thing.
Yeah. All right. God, I'm not rolling great today. So I've got a 4 and 1. For a 5, I get to add 3. That's an 8. So there's some glitch to this. The creature itself, it's got that sort of sleek, fish-like kind of humanoid body, but then it also has like kelp for hair, which is kind of giving it a bit of a Swamp Thing vibe.
Ooh, love it. All right.
The glitch is up to you.
Let me see. I think I'll do it as a problematic side effect.
Okay.
Is that it's really needy and insecure. And it will need you to like manipulate it and talk to it to do stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I always imagine. Look, I saw the creature from the Black Lagoon, and he's just like a lonely fish guy living alone in the swamp who was like, just driven insane when like a woman in a 1950s bathing suit like swims by. So maybe he's like that. He's just like a lonely swamp monster appears and is like, oh, hi. Hello.
Hi, it's good to meet you. My name is Madame de Monge.
Hey.
Hey, you seem glum.
I don't have a name.
How do you feel about the name Renee?
It's okay. So you want me to like do something or what?
There's a boat currently getting away. Hopefully you can maybe slow it down a little bit.
Oh, I don't know. It seems tough.
What if I give you a little kiss?
Ooh. All right, you're gonna have to roll manipulate someone.
Sure. Gonna try a
At
different
least
set
this will
of
be a
dice.
source of more XP.
Yeah. All right, so I'm glad I switched out the dice. I've got a 4 and a 3 for a 7. Add 2 for the charm. That's a 9. Obviously, I didn't get all the way to a 10, so I gotta show them I mean it,
All right.
or do something for them. I mean, I did offer a kiss.
Yeah, he accepts a little kiss. He's like, "Oh, thank you." And then he's like,
You're a
"All
very
right,
beautiful
look, I'll
creature.
try. Thank you. I'll try and hold the boat, but if it's too hard, I don't know if I'm strong enough.
I believe
If it gets
in you.
too hard, I might give up."
Okay, just do your best, Renee.
Well, thanks. All right, he like goes into the water and swims over towards the boat. Yeah, he grabs the back of it and starts like holding it back. So as your boat is sailing closer, you do see that it's like it's a little bit of like a double decker kind of thing. It looks like in pretty bad shape. This looks like it's like a derelict that the Man of Sweet Speech is using, and it's just kind of refitted and sent out. So on the second deck, you do see Brannon tied up. The Man of Sweet Speech or the fetch that is inhabiting him, or that he is inhabiting, is there. And then like as you guys close in, you see a bunch of like little angry dwarves with like red stocking caps.
Yeah.
Start like poking their like angry mustachioed faces above the railings of the boat, and like hoisting up like rusty spears and like sickles and blades, and kind of like shaking them at you as you guys heave closer. Kesberg, what do you do?
I mean, how far away are what's the distance between the two boats right now?
I think it's jumpable, and it's well, I think Madame de Monge, would you like Roberto to sail like forward as like a boarding or ramming thing, or do you want him to like kind of pull back?
No, let's go ahead and do a boarding or ramming thing so that Levi can
Right.
go into that ship.
Okay, so Roberto is like going, full steam ahead. He's like, working the oar. The bear's working the other oar. You guys are like, so yeah, you're zooming right at this other boat. The swamp monster is holding it back as best he can.
All right. So I guess if we're close in, I'll just sort of leap onto the boat and sort of face these men in red caps and just be like, you are a strange bunch. Wonder how you taste. And sort of rush them.
Whoa, the red caps are like, he's got a lot of blood in him, boys. Drain him dry. And they like charge over to you. So let's roll to kick some ass.
All right. Let's get with these two. Okay, so 5 and 3 is an 8, plus 3 is an 11.
Amazing. All right, I'm treating like this mob of red caps like one being here. So
Sure.
what do you do? Or which ones do you pick for your extra effect?
Um,
I should ask you how much harm you do too, so I can record that.
well, I did say that I wanted to know how they taste, so with my with what I've been leveling up with, I now have a 5 harm teeth.
Oh my god.
So, and I'll suffer less harm for this one.
Right. I'll say you only take 1 harm.
Okay. That will be.
What does it look like is you just like tear through these guys?
I think I just sort of like do like a wide swing, sort of knock a few of them over, grabbing one of them by the neck, hoisting him up, and just like chomping into his neck.
Oh man, brutal. Yeah, you hoist this guy after like biting him, ripping him apart. A bunch of the other ones go like flying into the water. It's like yee as they splash in and start immediately drowning. And yeah, you were like so far victorious in this battle raging across the deck. There's still more red caps that they're like running around. Madame Demanche, what do you do?
Sure. She's going to attempt a jinx to cause Brennan's chair to fall into the water.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which is basically the target loses something that I will soon find. The target in this case being the fetch. And the thing they're going to lose is Brennan.
Nice.
Ideally, this is how it will work. All right, I've got a 5 and a 1 on the dice, and then I get to add a 3, so that's a 9, which is a hold 1, which means the chair goes falling into the water. Like I'm gonna say from the impact of the boat, the chair that the guy's tied to just goes poof into the water, you know? Which is maybe why you don't put a chair on the top of a double-decker boat.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you just hear Brandon going like, wah! As he drops right off and splashes into the water and starts like going down.
Renee, my darling, can you try to keep him from drowning?
He's like, if I do, I gotta let go of the boat. Is that okay?
That is okay.
I froze up for a little bit there. So, Madam, want to say that the last thing?
That is okay.
He's like, all right, I'll do it. He dives over and like swims over to start getting Sam Brannon. Okay.
Yeah. They will soon find him based off of the jinx.
Yeah. So he like you see him like diving over. He like grabs Brandon by the chair and starts like pulling him back to your boat. Brandon is like spitting out water and like shaking around in this chair. As he is going, you do see something else in the water, and the swamp monster is like, oh no, something's following me. You see a horse that is with like all this like kelp wrapped around it, bursts out of the stream, these like sort of webbed hooves kicking in the air, and it opens up its horse mouth to reveal sharp, almost canine teeth. And it starts galloping, swimming towards Brannon and the swamp monster. All right, Kesberg. So you're back battling these red caps, you've done a whole lot of damage here. There's not that many of them left, but you do see the man of sweet speech. He is like coming down the stairs, the second level of the this double decker riverboat, and it's like making his way towards you, looking like he's gonna do some kind of magic to mess you up. What do you do?
Could I literally throw one or two of the red caps at him to try and like knock him back?
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I think this would be kick some ass.
mm-hmm. 5. It's only an 8.
Okay.
So
So
what
what is the harm of getting hit by a red cap? I'll say it's like 3 harm.
That
Red caps,
sounds about
they're
right.
small, but they're compact. You know, they got a lot of muscle in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like fling one, like smashes into him and knocks him down. You are going to take, I think, 2 more harm.
Okay.
As some of these other red caps are like on your back and like at your side, and it's going like yeah, and thwacking you with little daggers and blades.
Okay.
As they're
yeah.
cutting into you.
With my immortal visage, I take 1.
Yeah, the man of sweet speech is hurt, but he's not out.
Mm-hmm.
Madame Demanche, the swamp monster is like swimming real fast trying to get back to your boat, but the kelpie is following. What do you do?
She's going to try to trap the kelpie by having like the water, like almost becoming like a water weird to just hold its feet down. You know what I mean? As it's like charging over the water.
Ooh.
Which is
Very cool. Okay.
using magic yet again, but that's what she's got. At this point, I think that there's like a trail of like sort of black ichor coming out of her nose from overexerting, because this has been a lot of using magic, just boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
Okay. Yet again, it's a partial success because I've got a 5. Oh no, it's a full success. I'm sorry. 5 and 2 is 7, and then I get to add 3. That's a 10.
Whoa,
Math.
nice.
Thanks, Math Rock.
All right. Yeah, the dice coming through. So what does it look like as you like summon this like hard water?
Yeah, it's
I don't know if
just
that's
like
the right term to trap
these
this
like
thing.
watery hands kind of emerge from out of the surface of the river. I guess it is. It's a river,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
just like grabs onto the hooves. I'll just say like just the rear hooves, so it's just kind of like still trying to move with its front hooves, but it can't.
That's so cool. Okay. Yeah, you managed that, and thanks to that, Swamp Monster is able to come back. He throws Brandon the chair back on the deck, and he's like, "All right, now what should I do?"
Just relax and enjoy yourself, you know?
Oh, thanks. Take some time for me. I love that.
Yeah. You've done enough work for today.
Thanks. And he goes, and goes into the water. All right, Insecure Swamp Monster will have to make a reappearance at some point. We love him so much. All right, so Brandon is like, he rolls over, he like vomits up a whole bunch of disgusting river water, and he is like, "Get me the hell out of here."
Well, as soon as my friend is back on the boat.
Ooh, okay. Kesberg, while you were trying to do this, speaking of that, the fetch of the man of sweet speech, he like kind of picks himself up and he starts like, his hand touches the deck, the fingers turn into long sinuous roots that like curl their way around these viney clinging roots and start trying to like wrap you up and tie you to the deck like you were tied to the Pharaoh board in our previous game.
Mm-hmm.
You still have just a few of these red caps left. I think you've killed most of them, but they're still like on you, just like stabbing away.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I mean, I guess it's second verse, same as the first, except for not on the man, but the Man of Roots. The basically grab the ones that are on my back and just toss them towards the fetch
Nice.
as he's trying to fetch me.
Yeah, the fetch cannot fetch you.
Yes. So 6 and 1 on the dice would be 7, plus 3 would be a 10.
Whoa. Okay, so he's taking the full damage, and they're like, this is going to finish him off. What do you think you would pick for your extra effects? I mean, you're also fighting the other red caps too, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna force them where I want them, and basically they're sort of not on me, so that I could potentially more easily get onto the other boat and sort of make my way out there.
Yeah. You like hurl the red cap, it like smashes through the fetch, which is destroyed. Like just these dead leaves and like broken twigs and waterlogged branches like splinter and come apart, and just the fancy clothes and the hat and the cane collapse on the deck. And yeah, you hurl aside the last of the red cap. So it looks like they're still alive, but like the way back to Madame Demanche's skiff is pretty much clear. Madame Demanche, your turn.
Great. It looks like Levi's going to be able to get over to our ship, correct?
Yeah, there's still some red caps left, though.
Okay. She's going to use a jinx on the other ship to cause it to spring a leak.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's jinx it. All right, 2 3s on the dice, and then I get to add another 3, so 9. So yeah, I'm just causing that boat to spring a leak, which is I'm interfering with the minions by having the boat spring a leak.
Nice. That makes sense. Boy, Jinx is like, the Jinx has helped out a lot this game, I gotta say.
Well, it's one of the big spooky moves, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you hear you see the riverboat like listing to the side suddenly and like capsizing. The red caps start falling down the slanting deck and splashing into the water. Kesberg, you got to find a way to get out of there.
Yeah, I'm just basically like, I look at the man of sweet speech and is like, you might want to look into that, as I sort of leap off the boat onto the other one, onto ours.
Oh, nice. All right, I think I can make you roll. I think it's got to be an act under pressure to do this.
Sure. Let's see. That is, I believe, with cool. Oh, not as good. Yeah, that's 3 on the dice, which would make it a 5.
Ouch.
Oof. Okay, well, mark experience for sure.
That will level me up.
Oh, good. Well, that's good. So the problem is, you're like rushing off the boat. You jump. You think you just miscalculate, or what happens? I do have some ideas of what could go wrong.
Yeah, in my attempt to sort of look cool, I think it does miss. I think, yeah, my foot that I sort of like, my trailing foot kind of catches the edge of the railing of the boat, and sort of so I sort of tumble over instead of on.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you get stuck on the railing as this boat is sinking, and you do hear the man of sweet speech, his fetch, even though it is in pieces, the kind of decaying waterlogged head looks over to you as the waters start rushing over for you and it says oh, Mr. Kesberg, you've played your part admirably. You've given me quite a challenge, but I'm growing tired of the game in Sacramento. It's time to play it somewhere else. And the waters start coming for you. Madame Demanche, what do you do?
You said that you're trapped on a railing, right? Basically, you
pretty much, yeah.
All right, Jinx to try to make that railing break.
Okay.
I feel like that. Does that make sense for? Basically, what it's gonna do mechanically is give him a +1 forward.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's messing with the man of sweet speech's plan, so.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's a total success. So I rolled a 6 and a 5. I get to add 3 to it. So number 1, you get +1 going forward.
Okay.
And let's see. I'm going to say that something, the target, which in this case I guess is really the man of sweet speech, correct? Has lost something that I will find. So some sort of helpful item that was also on the boat I will discover.
Oh, cool. Okay. Kesberg, let's have you roll another quick act under pressure with a +1 to get to the boat, but you're at least able to break free of the railing.
Mm-hmm. That's much better. So 11 on the dice, +1, 12, +2, 14.
Oh man, you make it right over to the boat. And I think in this, as you're going, you see the man of sweet speech's cane like floats past and just catches your eye. It like bounces against the deck of the skiff, and you just happen to pull it up with you. As you guys head back, you examine this cane. Madame Demonge, you're able you realize it's a sword cane, the handle pops up. There is a blade inside, sheltered by this it looks like it's some kind of enchanted wood from fairyland. And the blade looks like cold iron. So it looks like this is a weapon he would be using against other fairies. So it could probably do some damage to him.
Something may be useful for you to use against him in the later time, Monsieur Kesser.
So it seems, as I sort of wave it in so that basically the man can see it.
Yeah. All right. So you paddle back to Sacramento. Sam Brandon complains the whole way. And you get back to his mansion area. You're hauling him out. You're coming around. You see a gallows has been constructed. It doesn't look like General Fremont is there, but you see some of the other soldiers that they are watching, and it looks like Dooley is getting set up to be executed. So he looks a little resigned to it, but it's up to you guys. You do have Brand if you want to so you could try and act to save him, or you could let this happen. It could put you in a tricky situation, but there's, maybe a way to manipulate or to figure out some way to stop this.
Who's the current person that's operating the gallows?
Looks like it's these militia guys. They look like it looks like most of the militia are gone. These look like just kind of a rear guards. They look pretty lame. In fact, you see a lot of the artillery crew. They've been demoted so they don't have the cannon anymore, and they're the ones who are kind of carrying this out.
I have an idea, but it's so weird. I don't know if it's worth even suggesting.
Okay.
Look weird.
You're going to hang this man, I take it.
You just kind of walk up and seeing the soldiers are kind of confused, staring at you and the bear and your whole crew that's coming up. Brandon being dragged along maybe by Roberto in his chair. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the soldiers is yeah, what's we're supposed to do? That's what General Fremont said.
For which crime specifically?
We're headed out. What's that?
For which crime specifically is he being hanged?
Rabble rousing.
Is it a hanging offense?
Look, ma'am, General Fremont, he said that we had to start earning our keep here.
If you wish
He's
to
heading off to fight some other crazy war, so we gotta just take care of this and catch up to him.
I'll tell you what. Because I like playing bets and making gambles.
Okay.
You can hang this man, but first, you have to hang me. And if you cannot hang me, then you will need to let this man go. Does that sound interesting?
He's like, that is really crazy. Interesting. All right, I think you're going to manipulate someone.
Yeah.
This is a cool idea.
All right. I've got a 6 and a 2 on the die for a 8, and then I get to add another 2. So that is 10.
All right. He's like, look, if you want to be like hung in his stead, I mean, that's not really a thing we're supposed to do, but I guess if you say so. He looks over the other soldiers and then at Dooley, who looks like confused but almost amused by this. And he's like, all right, we'll go up there in the gallows. Dooley, you can wait a little bit and we'll hang you after we hang her.
But remember, if you cannot kill me with this hanging, you need to let him go,
Okay. All right, so he goes over and puts the noose on you, and then what happens after like a little trap door swings over?
Sure. So when the trap door swings open, like the rope just kind of goes between the connection point between her neck and her head. And she's going to try her best to sort of hold her head back on quickly so it just looks like the rope couldn't hang her.
Oh, man. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think you're able to like pull this off. You're just like hanging there still alive. And he's like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
I think maybe you can let the other prisoner go, no? As that you have seemed to not be able to kill me.
He's like, yeah, we gotta look at this whole gallows again. Maybe we built it wrong. Oh man, the general's gonna kill us. So yeah, they like Dooley is able to like they like sort of remove his manacles and they're like, well, we did the bet. He gives you guys like a long look and like a nod and sort of a promise to help you guys out again. And then he starts heading over to rejoin the squatters. While this is happening, like the door to the mansion opens. Jesse Fremont comes out. She gets like Brandon, who is still tied up, dragged back inside. And she is like, she joins you guys and she says, well, I'm rather glad that you brought Mr. Brandon back. I think his star in the Arcadian Club is going to fall considerably after this.
Perhaps. But I feel as though maybe Mr. Brandon and I are even, as that I've rescued him.
I should think so. But now, I'm afraid I have to ask you for one more thing. There's another problem.
Huh?
I'm afraid this individual, this silver-tongued man who's been causing such problems around town, well, while this has been going on, he got his hooks into my husband. As well as being a general, my husband's a businessman, a gold mining magnate, like so many others in the city. And he recently acquired the Mariposa lode, which is supposedly a whole bunch of mining claims up in Mariposa County. However, some of the native tribes there, the Awani, have refused to allow the mining to take place. It is, after all, their land. And Fremont, he is many things, but patient is not one of them. The man of sweet speech was easily able to manipulate him to go to war against the Awani. He's bringing the California militia to bear against them. And they're headed for a final battle in this place called Yosemite. So, if you could go there and, I don't know, stop him from making it worse, getting himself killed, plunging California into an even worse war, I would be extremely grateful.
Certainly. This can be done.
Thank you. All right, and with that, with you guys heading over to Yosemite, which is where our final episode of this arc will take place, we're going to draw this one to a close. let's go ahead and do the experience. Though I think we got some cool leveling up from Kessberg already. So
Yeah, what'd you pick?
I raised my tough, so it's not a 0.
Fair.
So I can actually
good
protect
idea. All right. Let me ask these questions. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Not entirely, no.
Probably not. Did we save someone from certain death?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think
Brandon
so.
is definitely going to die.
I think 2 people, yes.
And also
Did we-
Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we learn something new about the world?
Learned about the fetches. That's new.
And fetches. The
Yeah, there's fetches. There's more like Fey powers. I think that counts.
red caps.
There's like red caps.
Red
and
caps, yep.
kelpies.
Yeah. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? I don't know. I could see subs. I think Map to launch, like, you know, because kind of, even though she's like saying she doesn't care, she's putting herself out on the limb for Dooley in kind of a big way. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that one? You can argue me into it or not.
I mean, there's a reason she didn't want to see somebody executed.
Yeah.
You know, so whether that's based upon having seen enough executions in her lifetime that she doesn't want additional ones, or just that she doesn't want violence to keep reoccurring. Yeah, I guess there's a certain degree to which she cares, even though she says she doesn't.
Okay. I think that makes sense. I think, yeah, the way she, like, you know, stopped the I think your conversation with Dooley at the beginning was pretty interesting.
Mhm.
But how, like, she didn't want, you know, and Kessberg too, they didn't want this this violence to, like, break out. So I think we can go for that one.
Okay.
So we got 3, so you get to have 2 experience.
Okay, so I've leveled up and then have 1 spill over.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I am going to advance 2 moves. So obviously, we're looking at magic and charm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So I believe we're off next week. We will come back the following week. I'm hoping with our final episode of Arc 3, we're going to Yosemite. I figure if you're doing a game in California, like, Yosemite's got to show up. So
Right.
it's such a cool place, and it'll be. And now you get to see its dark and violent past.
Wow, that's gonna be cool. Yeah, you got to do Yosemite. No, it's like freedom by hanging. That feels like a good subtitle for this episode. Freedom by hanging. No, felt really good. Thank you guys. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching this. If you're watching it in VOD or if you watched it live, but also make sure just go out and check out Monster of the Week. It's a really super versatile game. You can really kind of plug in whatever craziness that can come out of your mind. That's been proven by Michael for sure. So, but we are going to take next week off. So we'll be back in 2 weeks for, the final episode of Arc 3. But until then, make sure to pull up a chair and make time to tabletop. Yeah. See you soon, guys.
À tout à l'heure.